the winter break is over and Real Madrid football is back because on Friday, we got a big matchup in La Liga versus Valencia. And you guys already know what I'm about to say. This is a must-win game because it's our match in hand, right? We've not played this game because of the flooding that was going on a few months ago, and now it got added to the schedule, and I cannot think of a better way to start off the new year than giving Valencia an absolute ass whipping. Fuck that club. We all know how disgusting their fans are. We all know the racismo and the abuse that they give our players. And I can't think of a better way to bring in the new year. This needs to be a statement victory. I think Real Madrid are in for a pretty big second half of the season. I think our form is going to turn around. I think that we're about to go on a very nice run. And I'm excited for this match. Now, for those of you who might have forgotten, we were supposed to play Valencia, but as I said, they had flooding, natural disaster. So their games for a few weeks were getting canceled or postponed. Now, I do want to call out, look at how charitable Real Madrid were to the Valencia community. Look at how our players donated money and supported Valencia. We did all that just for our players to go get abused during this game. Watch. The match-going fans for Valencia, very nasty. And I hope that Vinicius bags a hat trick. Especially with the shit form that they're on. I hope that we can help get them relegated. But look, guys, I need you to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, get in the comment section, and let me know what you are thinking for this match. At the end of the video, as always, I will be building my expected starting 11. So I definitely want to get your thoughts and opinions in the comment section because I think a lot of people are going to have their own version of what the lineup should look like. But let's just get into it, man. Now, Real Madrid this season, I'd say we've been pretty mid. Definitely have not been up to our normal standards. And some way, somehow, we still find ourselves sitting second in La Liga. We're on 40 points. Now, after we play this game in hand against Valencia, we'll be top of the table. But I am annoyed that we're second because we've had a few chances to go clear at the top, and we fumbled those opportunities. Now we're sitting behind Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona are sitting in third. And I'm trying to figure out, how is it that Barcelona are down there? I thought they won the league in October. So how is it that heading into the second half of the season, they're below both of the Madrid teams? But the problem that Real Madrid had, especially us as a fan base, right? We can hold our hands up and admit something. We were all focused on what Barcelona were doing. That I think Atletico Madrid, they snuck up on us. They were moving in silence. And they've been on a great run of form. So they deserve to be top of the league, to be honest. But I think the La Liga title race is probably the most interesting one that's going on in any top 5 league at the moment. Because it is really hard to call. You see Barcelona, they've fallen off a cliff. Real Madrid have been up and down. I think Atletico Madrid fans truly believe that they can win it this year. Now, I don't believe that because Atletico Madrid, to me, are a shit small club. Them winning trophies is not something that happens often. And I think the pressure is going to get to them and they'll fall off. I don't believe that Antoine Griezmann is going to win his first league this season, okay? He might have to wait another season because I believe Atletico Madrid are like an elephant in a tree, okay? It's going to come down. Too much pressure. They're not going to be able to withstand that. But look, so far this season, we've played 18 games. We've won 12 of them. We've drawn 4 times. And I think we've also lost twice, right? We have a pretty good goal difference, right? We've scored 41 goals. We've only conceded 18. But regardless of what the stats show us, we got to assess how we're playing based off what the eye test is telling me. And what the eye test has shown me this season is that we are mid. I've not been happy with Real Madrid's performances for a majority of this season, especially how we started off. We were awful when the season first kicked off. But I think lately, things are starting to turn around. And the last game that we played against Sevilla, we went out there and beat them 4-2, right? And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But that game, more so the first half, was amazing. And I think for the second half of this season, what I hope to see from the squad is us start off games well. I think us being second half FC is not sustainable because we've been very lucky to not lose more games than what we have, right? We've only lost 2 in the league. And yes, we have been shit in La Liga. I'm sorry, in the Champions League, to be fair. But I'm just focusing on the league right now because this is a La Liga matchup. So in the league, we could have lost like 4 more games. Las Palmas, Celta Vigo, Villarreal, Real Sociedad. All these teams were cooking us. We're just lucky that they don't have the quality up front to put some of those chances away. But aside from the Rayo Vallecano slip-up recently, because we drew that game 3-3, it was a pretty disgusting performance, to be honest. It felt like a loss. But since that game, I think that we've looked a little bit better. I know that we lost to Bilbao, but since that game, again, it's not been as bad, right? I think if you want to just talk about the recent form, 4-2 win versus Sevilla. Then before that, we beat Pachuca in the Intercontinental Cup final. Then before that game, that's when we slipped up against Rayo Vallecano. We let man like Palzon cook us, Mr. Clean. Man like Johnny Sins getting a goal and an assist. Disastrous performance. But we beat Atalanta, right? They were on a very good unbeaten run until they played us, and we stopped that, even though we weren't on the best form. We also got the dub versus Girona. So, look, I think to end off last year, things were going in an upward trajectory. That's why I was so happy with the 4-2 win versus Sevilla. Now, as I said, chat, this first half was amazing. We scored 3 goals. How often this season have we scored 3 goals in the first half? It doesn't really happen. Mbappé scored from outside the box. Valverde got an absolute screamer. Rodrigo got another goal as well. And then Brahim Diaz scored in the second half. And it looked like we were going to go on and absolutely dominate Sevilla. But defensively, second half, we took a nap. But nonetheless, I was very happy with what I saw. There was some positive signs in this game. For example, I think Mbappé had his best game as a Real Madrid player. He was on smoke. And I think he is in for a pretty big second half of the season. I'm excited to see what Mbappé does to start off the new year. Rodrigo, he's been on amazing form over the last few games. Even when the team was looking shaky, Rodrigo was getting goals and assists. He got another goal and assist against Sevilla. Valverde scored an absolute screamer. Brahim Diaz got the last goal. Shit, Lucas Vazquez cooked this game. Now, what I was a little bit nervous about was how we looked in transition defensively. Tchouaméni and Rudiger were not good. Thibaut Courtois was not good, right? The way that we let Sevilla get back into it, they scored from a cross into the box, and then they also scored on a counter where Thibaut Courtois was beat at his near post, things that you don't really see happen. And I'm going to give Courtois some grace because he's been arguably our best player this season. But I do think that the center back pairing of Tchouaméni and Rudiger isn't working as well as I think Carlo Ancelotti anticipated. I don't get why Raul Asensio has been dropped. I like Tchouaméni. You guys know he's one of my favorite players. But I just don't believe there's a need for him in that back line when Raul Asensio was playing at such a high level. Move Tchouaméni back into the midfield. But nonetheless, I hope that we carry that momentum that we had against Sevilla into this game against Valencia. But I want you guys to get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Real Madrid's current form. Now, let's talk about the ops. Valencia. They have been shit this season. Look, I got to scroll all the way down just for us to find them. They are sitting 19th in the league. They have only won 2 games in La Liga so far this season. Do you know how horrendous that is? 2 wins in 17 games. Valencia might be cooked. They might get relegated, and I hope that they do. We know there's no love lost with this shit club. Fuck them. I hope that they get sent down. And I hope that we're able to nail one of the nails into their coffin. But, 2 wins, 6 draws, and 9 losses. Or is that 8? No, it's 9 losses. Negative 10 goal difference. They've only scored 18 goals, and I think that they've conceded about 28. Defensively, they're shit. Offensively, they're barely scoring. And it's just crazy because, to be fair to Valencia, their squad is not that bad. So I don't really understand why they're on such a poor run of form. Like, just look at their last few games. They drew with Alaves. They drew with Espanyol. They lost to Real Valladolid. They lost to Vallecano. Now, they are winning in the Copa del Rey, so they are still involved in that tournament. I mean, that's the least that they can do. But they did get a win over Real Betis, so that was one of their dubs. And I'm trying to see who else did they beat. They beat Girona. So, yeah, chat. Their only 2 wins in the league this season have came against Girona and Real Betis, which is crazy to think about because Real Betis and Girona are 2 of the better teams in La Liga right now. So, or just in Spain in general, right? Last season, Girona were a lot better than they are this season, but they still do play a good brand of football. They're still going to be a tricky team to play. So I wouldn't have expected them to beat Girona or a Real Betis, to be honest. I thought that they might have beaten somebody that's around their level, but nonetheless, right? Their form has been so shit that their manager was literally sacked. So they potted this guy. Like, they literally binned him. They said, bro, what you're doing here at this club is not good enough. You got us in a relegation battle. So they fired him right before Christmas. So I'm not sure if they've appointed a new manager, but hopefully they don't get a new manager bounce. And I think regardless of the shit form that Valencia are on, going to their ground to play them is never an easy game for us. It's always tough. It's a very hostile environment, right? Their fans don't make it easy on us. So that does play in the back of my mind, right? With them sacking their manager. And then now that they've brought in a new manager, who knows what kind of football they're going to play, right? We don't have any game tape to go off of. So I don't think it should matter, but it is something to factor in. Now, I do want to show you guys Valencia's squad because, as I said, their team's not shit. They have talent there. So I'm very surprised to see them so low in the table. Now, for those of you who watch Valencia, let me know if they've really just been that shit, or has it been due to them having a lot of injuries or something else, right? Get in the comment section. I have to know this. But looking at their squad, right? They have that goalkeeper. I always have a hard time pronouncing his name, but I do know that he's very highly rated, right? He is considered one of the best up-and-coming goalkeepers in Europe, and he already signed for Liverpool. Technically, he's only at Valencia this season on loan until he joins Liverpool at the end of the season. They also have, hold on, let me actually sort this out by squad value, right? Let's do it like that. They got Christian Mascaro, center back, Spanish. He's very young, but he has a lot of potential. I have been seeing people talk about him, and I think maybe this is a player, especially with the age, he's only 20 years old, that Real Madrid could possibly look at, right? We all know that we're looking for a few center backs in the upcoming transfer window. Maybe Christian Mascaro is a guy that the club go in for. You also have Javi Guerra. You got Jose Gaya. Jose Gaya, bro, we all know about him, the left back. This is crazy. This player right here, I can't pronounce his name either, but we have been linked to him months ago. Now, the links have cooled off, but I am interested to see how he plays. Because if we're linked to him, clearly this guy must be a baller. Now, he looks like one of the first humans that ever existed, but he will be out there in defense. And even though they've not been that good in terms of keeping the ball out the back of the net because they've conceded a lot of goals, maybe this guy will go out there and have a good performance. But, I mean, it's a decent squad. They got Enzo from Aston Villa, who's there on loan. Thierry Carrera, but they're saying that he's injured. Ooh, that might be a big miss for them. Fran Perez, Jesus Vasquez. Point is, chat, do you guys think that this is a squad that should be sitting 19th in the league? I don't think so. But, chat, Pepelou's also a good player as well. I am excited, though, to see this Christian Mascara. I've been hearing about him. I have. And I've not watched Valencia play this season. So, definitely want to see how good he does against our attack. But I think we should absolutely smoke them, man. And before we move on, here are the injuries that Valencia have. Actually, what the fuck? Yo, there's a lot of injuries. Oh, wait. If all these players are out, oh my days. Now, Valencia might be cooked, chat. Fran Perez, they're saying, has a hamstring injury. He might not come back until late January. Rafa Mir has a muscle injury. The goalkeeper has a thigh injury. They're saying that he might not be ready until mid-January. Jose Gaya, hamstring. Thierry Carrera is out for the season. Pepelu, they're not even saying. Oh, no, he might be suspended for disciplinary reasons. Oh, yeah, bro. Valencia are cooked. This is like their entire starting 11 that's going to miss this game. Yeah, man, we better go out there and absolutely smoke them if most of these players are not out there. But as I said earlier, right, get in the comment section if you do watch Valencia and let me know who's their danger man and let me know how you think they'll be able to hurt us. But these injuries are mad, chat. But let's move on, though, and focus on Real Madrid's injuries. Now, you know, we have been injury FC this season. So many players have been hurt, but it's not looking that bad lately, right? Everybody has kind of come back. So I'll get into that a little bit more, but Gonzalo Garcia is out. Jacobo Ramon, I believe, is not going to be available for this game either. Eder Militao, Danny Carvajal, they are done for the season, right? They both did their ACLs. We're not going to see them back. And then you have David Alaba, who still hasn't returned in terms of games played since he got that major injury last season, but he is back in training, and there is a possibility that maybe he makes the squad for this matchup versus Valencia. But to be honest, I hope not. I hope that we don't play him because we need him to come back 100%, and I don't want to rush this guy back from injury. And then Lucas Vasquez, he's not suspended for this game, okay? He's suspended for our next Champions League match, but he will be available for this game versus Valencia, unless I'm wrong. But I don't think he's going to miss this match. I swear it's for the UCL. So if I'm wrong, get in the comment section. I just don't think so. Point is, here are all the players that aren't going to be available for this match. And this is the lightest that our injury report has looked since the start of the season, right? We had so many injuries, and things are starting to look a little bit better. Now, you guys already know what time it is. My favorite part of the match previews is building the starting 11 that I think Carlo Ancelotti needs to put out there. You guys already know. You got to get in the comment section and let me know what you're thinking about for the team that I predict. And if you have a different team that you want to see out there, put that in the comment section as well. But let's get into it. So in goal, I'm going Courtois. And I think that we got to go pretty strong for this game because it's a must win. And even though Valencia are trash this season, we still can't afford to not take them serious because, as I said, going to their stadium is always a hard game for us. So Thibaut Courtois must be in goal. Now, at right back, I think that Lucas Vazquez starts again, right? Lucas Vazquez had a very good game against Sevilla, arguably his best performance of the season. And I think Lucas Vazquez is a good player to have in the side when we're dominating the ball. Against Sevilla, we dominated the ball. And that allowed him to overlap and to put the ball into the box, whether it's on crosses or just linking up with our attack. So I expect us to be dominating possession in this game regardless. So, yeah, Lucas Vazquez, if he can't start and put in a good performance against Valencia, then this guy shouldn't even be in the squad. Now, at right center back, I don't know if they added Raul Asensio, but let's see. Nope, Raul Asensio is still not added in the lineup builder database, but that is who I think needs to return to the starting 11. I know that Carlo Ancelotti has this infatuation with Tchouaméni as center back, but he needs to give it up. Tchouaméni is not better than Raul Asensio as a center back. Put him back into the midfield. Get Raul Asensio back into the starting 11 because ever since Eder Militao went down with that injury, Asensio has been our best defender. Let's just be real. So Raul Asensio, for me, needs to be the right center back. Now, at left center back, we got to go Rudiger, right? My guy is never going to get a rest because we don't really have anyone else that we can put there. Rudiger, as long as he's fit, I think this guy's going to play damn near every game for the rest of the season. His levels have dropped off since what we saw last season, but so has everyone's, to be fair to him. So no problems with me for Rudiger. Now, left back is tricky. We saw against Sevilla, Camavinga start there. Fran Garcia and Ferland Mendy were both available, and they didn't play any minutes. And I actually think that Camavinga had a good performance against Sevilla. And I do believe that Camavinga is our best left back. And I know that he prefers to play in the midfield, but I think for right now, we should keep him at left back, right? Camavinga gives us so much stability there because he's very good defensively and he's good on the ball, can overlap, and he can progress with the ball as well. I think he's the perfect balance at left back. Whereas with Fran Garcia, he's good going forward. He's an amazing crosser of the ball, but defensively, he's not the best. And then Ferland Mendy, who is very good defensively, just doesn't give us any help in our attack because going forward, he's not that good. So Camavinga is the best of both worlds. And I truly believe that Carlo Ancelotti just thinks he's the best option at left back. That's what that Sevilla game showed us. Now, moving into the midfield, right? I'm going to go Tchouaméni. Yes, let's put the DM back at DM. And then I think next to him, it'll be Valverde. Now, I could be wrong here because maybe he does put Tchouaméni at center back, and then our pivot would be Ceballos and Ferland Mendy. No, sorry, Ceballos and Valverde. I can see that being a pivot if Tchouaméni is at center back. But this is how I would go for this game right here. And then in the 10, give me Jude, right? His form this season has been really good. I think that Jude has established himself as one of the best midfielders in Europe this season. Because even before he was bagging goals and getting assists, his performances were still at a very high level. And now that lately the goals and assists are coming in, now you're seeing Jude Bellingham at his full powers, okay? And the closer to the box he is, the better I think things go for us when it comes to scoring goals. So I would play Jude in the 10. Now, at right wing, I'm going to go Rodrigo. I think he has to start, right? Rodrigo, his form lately has been very good. He's been bagging and getting assists. So I think he's played his way back into the starting 11, and I'm very happy because Rodrigo's a baller. You guys know that he is my favorite player at the club. He's somebody that I think is very important to us. And I just don't like the idea of us running a 4-4-2 and dropping Rodrigo when he's been playing at a very high level lately. So I believe he will be back in the starting 11. Now at left wing, Vinicius makes his return, right? He didn't play against Sevilla because he was suspended due to picking up too many yellow cards, but I believe he will be back for this game, and he's going to terrorize Valencia's defense. And those fans are going to be going mad. I hope that Vinicius can ignore them, right? And I hope that he doesn't get so rattled because Vinicius, it's so easy to throw him off his game. All you got to do is just piss him off and talk some shit to him. And if the fans are doing their racismo thing, then hopefully he just talks with his footballing ability. I don't want to see him going at the fans. I want to see him scoring a hat trick. That's what I want. And then up front, I think we're going to go Mbappé. Right? This is how I believe Carlo Ancelotti needs to line up. Mbappé is in for a big second half of the season, right? This guy had his best game as a Madrid player against Sevilla, and I expect that to continue. I'm not ready to say that Mbappé is back, but I don't think he's that far off from returning to the levels that we saw him have at PSG. So what do you guys think about this predicted 11? Now, more than likely, what's going to happen is Tchouaméni will be at center back, right? And then I believe Ceballos might get a start. And to be honest, I don't mind this either. Like, if this is how the starting 11 ends up looking, I don't have a problem with that because Ceballos has been playing very well recently. And he is our best midfielder right now in terms of on the ball. The way that he's able to receive it from the back line and then do a little give and go, create space with his first touch, that is something that is valuable. And I was very harsh on Ceballos earlier in the season, but lately, I think he has earned more minutes. So if this is the starting 11 that Carlo Ancelotti puts out there, I wouldn't mind it. It's just that I prefer Raul Asensio back in the starting 11, which means we'd put Tchouaméni back into the midfield. But more than likely, if I was a betting man, this is the starting 11 that we will see against Valencia. But look, guys, get in the comment section and let me know what you are thinking for this match. We will be live with a watch along right here on the channel. So you guys don't want to miss that, right? Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss anytime I drop a new video or I go live. And I will be giving my score prediction right before kickoff. So look, don't miss it, chat. It's going to be lit. Real Madrid, fuck Valencia. 3 points is a must.